In 2013, Hollywood released The Wolf of Wall Street, a cinematic monument to financial excess and fraud. But the production was financed with stolen money, courtesy of a real-world scam that dwarfed the movie's plot by billions of dollars. The architect was Jho Low. In his 20s, he was an unassuming guy from a small Malaysian island who somehow possessed more liquid spending power than almost anyone on Earth. Low spent hundreds of millions on private jets, Picasso paintings, and Las Vegas nights where he dropped millions of dollars in a single poker game. That cash was flowing out of a massive pipeline connected directly to the treasury of the Malaysian government. The theft of $4.5 billion serves as a blueprint for hacking the global financial system by identifying the precise bankers to bribe, the politicians to flatter, and the structural vulnerabilities to exploit. Low began his playbook at the Wharton School. Surrounded by the children of billionaires, he carefully manufactured the illusion of extreme personal wealth to penetrate elite social circles. He forged a letterhead from the Brunei embassy to book VIP tables at exclusive London nightclubs and rented a 160-foot yacht, swapping out the family photos on board for pictures of himself to pass the vessel off as his own. These social hacking tactics worked. They allowed Low to build a powerful network of influential Middle Eastern royals and wealthy Malaysian elites who viewed him as one of their own. Low treated socializing as a calculated business investment. He realized the mere appearance of power and prestige could unlock any door, no matter how exclusive. Using these powerful connections, Low brokered high-profile Middle Eastern investments into Malaysia, specifically designed to boost the political popularity of a prominent official named Najib Razak. Najib took the credit for these deals, a move that helped propel him to become prime minister. In return, Low gained an incredibly powerful political shield at the heart of the government. With Najib in power, Low pitched the idea of a sovereign wealth fund. These are massive, under-regulated pools of government capital meant to diversify a nation's economy. But for Low, they were a target. Najib granted Low unchecked, unregulated control over the newly minted 1MDB fund. It was a fatal flaw that effectively weaponized the nation's treasury for Low's personal use. 1MDB's first major move was a supposed $1 billion joint venture into a Saudi oil project, orchestrated entirely by Low. This diagram illustrates Low's primary weapon, the bearer share. Unlike normal stocks, whoever physically holds the certificate owns the company, bypassing digital registries. $700 million was wired to a shell company. Low held its sole bearer share, giving him total control. This simple loophole allowed Low to siphon $700 million into his own accounts, while the transaction was recorded as an official state investment. Low's extravagant lifestyle required even larger injections of cash to sustain the fraud. As his spending spiraled, so did the scale of his thefts. Goldman Sachs provided the necessary institutional legitimacy to the operation. Despite massive red flags, the bank issued $6.5 billion in bonds for 1MDB in exchange for $600 million in fees. Low used a technique called layering to hide the source of the money. This chart shows how funds moved through U.S. law firm trust accounts and shell companies with deceptive names like BlackRock Commodities Global to blind auditors. By exploiting the lack of transparency in government-to-government transactions, Low successfully bypassed global safeguards to steal $4.5 billion. The scam eventually collapsed when 1MDB fell billions of dollars into debt. Whistleblower emails leaked to the press exposed the true scale of the fraud to the entire world. Malaysian citizens realized their national future had been stolen to fund Vegas benders and luxury yachts. Hundreds of thousands took to the streets in protest. Najib Razak suffered a shock election defeat and was voted out of power. A police raid on his home discovered $274 million worth of hoarded jewelry, handbags, and cash. While Najib was sentenced to 12 years in prison, Jho Low fled. Now an isolated fugitive, he is hiding overseas, trapped by his stolen wealth. Goldman Sachs walked away with $600 million in revenue, while Hollywood stars accepted six-figure appearance fees and multi-million-dollar jewelry. These payouts ensured that even the most prestigious institutions remained incurious about the source of Low's wealth. Jho Low didn't break the system. He exploited one that functions exactly as designed. While Low is gone, the red wires of corruption across this map remain active. waiting for the next opportunistic hacker.